This is like a third, fourth video that I'm recording like this. And I actually enjoy being closer to you, you know? I actually enjoy us being a bit closer. I don't care if you see more wrinkles on my face. I don't care if you see more like details. Hope you don't mind, but I kind of like it like this. You know, maybe we should switch it up from time to time. Let me know, what do you think? Do I make you feel uncomfortable? Let me know, let me know. I also like sitting on the floor so much more, to be honest, because I can lean back on this couch. That was an inappropriate angle if my camera would be tilted a bit lower, but I just feel more free. Also, I had this series on my channel that was called Late Night Painting. Thumbs up or comment below if we should bring that back up, because I kind of miss it. You know, I was rewatching a couple of those videos recently and I was like, it made me feel so good. And you know, some of you really enjoyed it. So you let me know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you scroll down my channel, you can find a couple of those. It would be just me, you know, sipping wine, sitting on the floor and painting whatever is in my head and just yapping on camera. So if you don't know what it is, go check it out and then come back here and let me know what you think, if we should bring it back. I'd be down. I just need to buy canvas and some materials and we're good, we're good. What did I want to show you? There were some really good videos actually. We'll start with a funny one.
Блять, хули are you sleeping? Go and start business. Stand up your fucking lazy ass and make money, блять. You don't need a man. You're a self-and crazy woman. Learn French, Spain and Italian. Go travel on the business class, блять. Buy Chanel, Birkin and Cartier. Go and make money, сука. You don't have time, блять. You're a young but and 1 year old бабушка. So go make pilates, хуятес, ass and lips bigger. Make money and work, bitch, right now, блять, нахуй.
You know what's so funny? Whenever I see those videos about like Slavic girls, Slavic people doing this, doing that, this is so true. And as a Slavic girl, I can 100% confirm. And we all sort of have a stick up our asses. We cannot sit still. We always have to be on the move, doing something, open the business, go to the gym, do this, do that. Because that's the way we were brought up. I feel like late millennials and Gen Z from like post-Soviet countries like Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Russia, Belarus. We were born right after the USSR fell. And so we were all brought up, our parents' generation, our grandparents' generation, they were like hardcore Soviet people. They were told to bust their asses for the Union, for Stalin, for whoever the secretary was in charge, you know? So labor in general was the best thing that you could do as a human being. Like labor makes you a human. Like you have to work all the fucking time, you know? And it was also like, I feel like obviously the mentality was so different. The mindset was so different. It was this collective thing, you know, you worked for the sake of the union, you worked for the sake of your society, of like people around you living a good life, and them working for your sake. So like this collective mindset, like you have to work. Like labor was, like it was the most respected thing you could do. And like you knew that if you worked really, really hard, you would get rewarded for it, you know, you would get the accolades, you know, you'd be recognized. The union would take care of you. They would give you a place to live, free education, all of that. We were brought up by people who grew up and lived in that environment. They're like fully aware adult lives. The USSR falls in 1991 and then Russia becomes democratic. Well, I'm Russian, so I'm, you know, but like all these countries, they become democracies. And capitalism storms into those environments that used to be very, very like very much the opposite, very socialistic. And so now we live in a very capitalist world. And we were growing up, like my generation, we were growing up at the height of it, you know, like you go out, like you invest, you make money, you know, like suddenly the wall fell and, you know, you could travel around or whatever. There's so many more opportunities were open to you. Economically, a lot of things changed and basically keep changing. So this is what you get. This is this crazy mix of being brought up by, well, not socialist parents, because my parents are not socialists, but they were growing up in a socialist environment. That mindset, you're brought up by this mindset, you live in a capitalist world, you get this bomb where you cannot stop. You don't have a chance. Like you have to fucking work. And then capitalism as well. Like, you have to bust your ass to get anywhere. So like those two things combined, like I feel like us people who were growing up on the verge of these two historical eras sort of colliding, like this is how you do it. This is how you live. You don't have, like, if you lay down for a second, you're like, why the fuck? The voice in your head is gonna tell you why the fuck you're laying down. You got shit to do. You got a business to open. You gotta go to the gym. You gotta make your money. You gotta do this and that. Okay. So I find it pretty accurate and pretty funny too. Because, I mean, it definitely reflects the mindset. I feel like my generation, people from my background have. All right, but that was for a little starter. Let's move on to something more fun. Okay, I don't know, maybe we're doing just feel-good content today, but this one really made me smile.
Grandma. Okay, what you putting on, Grandma?
Lip gloss. Red.
Yeah.
R-E-D. Applejack came back here to me, what you doing? I said, nothing. I said, you know, I'll be 91 the 22nd of this month. 91 years young.
You think you all that?
I'm all that and a bag of chips and a bowl of grits.
You know when I see those videos, the only thing I have in my mind is I see my future and it's bright. This is how I want to be when I'm 91. If I ever make it there, God, life, I hope you bring me there. At 91 years young, that's what I want to be like. This is the kind of attitude I want to have. That's the kind of lip gloss that I want to put on and look fabulous. There's something about older people popping up on my Instagram feed. There's just something about them that is so irresistible and just so calming in a way. Whenever I see older people sharing their wisdom or like sharing advice or like even basically older people caught in small little moments, casual, like just everyday moments like that, it gives me so much peace. Like it just makes my worries sort of fade away. Not entirely, but it definitely brings some perspective into it. Like it puts a smile on my face and makes me really believe that it'll be fine. Like it's gonna be okay. I'm sure this lovely woman went through some shit in her life too. But here she is putting on a lip gloss at 91 years young, saying that she's bowl of chips and grits. That's the attitude. That's the attitude we should all strive towards. That's the kind of vibe that I want to have in my life too. Feel good content. Real therapy, special, curated for you to make you feel good, okay? If we're doing feel good stuff, we're not getting philosophical today, let's do... Oh, this one made me smile. Oh my God, okay, let's do this one last.
You speak English? Where can I get some roses?
Huh?
Roses. Where
What
can
is
I
the
get?
name?
Cuba.
Cuba. My name is Sasha.
Nice to meet you.
Вячеслав.
Do you speak English?
Yeah, I do. I'm looking for some roses. Roses.
Browsers?
Не. Еще раз.
Roses.
Броузер.
Roses. Flowers.
Короче,
Flowers. Москва-Сити.
No, roses. Roses.
Roses. Братья?
Не то.
Came from America.
Я
Америка?
понимаю.
Америка, American City? У нас нет American City.
Не, он с Америки говорит.
А, ты с Америки?
Yeah, I came from US.
О, ёпсель-мопсель, я Russian. Ты американец?
I can't, I'm gonna pause it for a second. Oh, we're gonna watch it in parts. This is too good. This is like liquid gold, man. This is like digital gold, okay? Drunk Russian man? There are two types, okay? They're the ones who get very aggressive, who get themselves in trouble, get other people in trouble, and they involve themselves in drunk driving and like do really terrible things. And the second type is these kind of men. As a person who grew up in Russia, like I can vouch for that shit. Like I've seen so many, like all my dad's friends, for the exception of some maybe, were all like that. They get drunk, they're like the softest teddy bears you could possibly imagine. So funny. And this guy actually, let me give you some context. This guy, he goes around Russian cities. I think he's like Armenian or Georgian, but like he comes from like a post-Soviet country and he speaks Russian. But he comes up to people in what I assume is Russia. Well, because they're talking about Moscow city there, so I assume it isn't Russia. He comes up to people and he films the reactions, like how people deal with it, even though he perfectly understands everything that's going on. He has a lot of different ones, different reactions where people speak English, where people don't speak English, like they react differently. But this one just melted my heart when I saw it. Drunk Russian men, and these guys are like probably like hardcore gopniki, you know, like they have like this vibe to them. They're like, if you don't know what a gopnik is, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, go Google it. It's fine. Or I don't know, I'll put up an explanation somewhere. You can pause it, you can read it. Some cultural education for you. So these guys, they always have the biggest hearts. Like when they get drunk, they're, you know, all the stereotypes about Russian men, how intimidating they are with their accents and how like mafia looking they are and how like grim they're always looking, it disappears. Give them a little bit of vodka, a little bit of beer, it goes away. They're your brothers. So let's continue to see where the story ends.
Как ты к русским относишься?
I don't.
Нормально, но
Good.
Если он здесь,
Flowers это цветы.
Flowers это огонь.
Flowers это цветы.
Нет.
And I think it's so adorable how they're trying to figure out, they don't understand a word that he's saying, or like they know some English, but they're trying to figure out what he's saying, and then throwing all these ideas. And they're so like, I don't know, it's so pure how they're really like genuinely are trying to help out this guy. So
Это просто цветы во множественном
Цветы.
числе.
Я тебе
so like to give you some context, they're using this Russian version of Alexa called Alisa. And so basically he's translating through the app for them.
сказал, сейчас мы тебе поможем, где купить цветы. Ты девушке своей, да, цветы?
Russian girl, she's good. Yeah.
Russian girl!
всё.
О, Russian
Вот это уже
тёлка!
понятно. Сейчас, подожди.
I can't. This makes my heart melt, honestly.
Сейчас мы
Сейчас
тебе
найдем, где
поможем.
цветы тебе
Все. Ну чё, Russian тёлка, это нормально. Держи 5. Молодец.
And using the word, he says Russian girl, but the man replies, oh, Russian tolka. And like tolka is a very specific word. It's like an endearing way to say bitch, but it's not really a bitch because bitch sounds like harsh in English. Like bitch is not like girl will slap you in the face if you call her a bitch. Tolka is like in the same realm, but it's softer. It's still a tiny bit disrespectful when you say it towards a woman. Because tolka means like a female cow, basically. Yeah, now that I said it out loud, it sounds pretty harsh. But in this context, it just sounds, I don't know, it just sounds funny to me. Like it doesn't sound offensive. So it's just funny, like the choice of words is really funny to me.
Молодец.
He's high-fiving him for having a Russian girl.
Америкос.
Yeah, good.
Спасибо.
Мы
тебе.
на вас не в обиде. Это у вас этот ёбнутый.
Президент
Дайбан,
Америки.
Хуяйбан, Трамп. Они долбанутые. А мы русские, мы люди. Мы простые граждане. У нас тоже Путин ебанутый.
Они все ебанутые, вот, чокнутые все. Что
Very true. Very. You know, when he started saying all this, you know, because obviously, you know, they think he's American. So they're like, oh, you know, Russia, America, blah, you know, of course, like politics come into conversation at some point, especially when people are drunk. It's the first thing that comes into the conversation. But they're like, yeah, you're Trump. Yeah, he's crazy. Well, ours is crazy too. Love it.
они все ебанутые.
And he's like, yeah, they're all crazy.
У нас, что у вас,
Будешь
долбоёб.
Russian водка?
No, thank you. I don't drink.
Уже пил?
Спаивать.
First thing he offers, you see, he's trying to understand him, then he's trying to help him, or he says, we're gonna go find you flowers. And then he's like, you want some vodka?
Не надо человека. Он с Америки только приехал.
Так мы на медведя ходим. С Рогалиной.
Ну не пизди человека.
Че, на самом деле, медведя ходил с Рогалиной медведя.
Так, сейчас,
Я ж в тайге-то вырос. А где у тебя баба? Бэби.
Thank you so much.
Давай проводим, может.
Конечно, пойдем.
Подскажите, цветы где можно купить?
Дальше. Ну вот на самом деле, просто обычная
And then actually, basically, the story ends with them actually walking him to the flower shop, helping him out, which I think it's incredibly sweet. This is like Russian romance at its best. This is like if you encounter people like this on your trip to Russia one day. I don't know if you ever decide to go. This is the best experience you can get. Of course, like, I mean, it's one instance. I know a lot of people, not personally, but like I've heard a lot of stories from other people who don't have a great experience going there. That also happens, that's true. But I just found this video incredibly sweet and it just made my day. I showed it to all my friends. I sent it to all the, I don't know, all the people that I know. I find it definitely put a smile on my face. You know, today we don't have any wisdom. It's just pure feel-good content. You know, we jumped from being a Slavic girl to this older lady putting lip gloss on her face, to these two drunk Russian men being incredibly sweet to the American that they encountered. So, like, I don't know, today I feel like spreading good vibes, spreading smiles, no wisdoms, no philosophies, no philosophical yaps. Special curation, special episode of Real Therapy is some feel-good content. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which reel was your favorite out of the 3. If you are not subscribed yet and you enjoyed this video, I mean, do I have to tell you what you should do? No. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna remind you quickly. You can go and subscribe. You can like this video. It really helps me out with the algorithm because sometimes it feels like this motherfucker is really against me somehow. But yeah, stick around. If you like me, if you like my face, if you like my yap, stick around. There are a bunch of it coming soon as well. Hope you have a wonderful day. And if you are having a wonderful day already, good for you. You should keep it up, okay? All right, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.